Well, next week, Wall Street is rating itself for a tech earnings juggernaut with a combined market cap of nearly $2.3 trillion. Alphabet, Facebook, and Amazon all reporting earnings. Plus, this week, we had Comcast bow out of the bidding for 21st Century Fox's media assets, leaving Disney as the final suitor. Joining us now.
Who broke that story first?
That was Charlie Gasparino. Just ask him. Joining us now to discuss all is tech expert Lance Ulanoff and CFRA Research senior analyst Tuna Amobi. Thank you, gentlemen, both for being here. Tuna, let me begin with you. I mean, let's be honest. The traditional broadcasters, the cable networks, they got to do something because, let me tell you, these big tech giants are huge media companies and continue to grow, right?
That's exactly right. I think the so-called FANG tech giants are breathing down the traditional media's neck, and I think there's really a major shift in the competitive paradigm as a result of these large technology and internet companies. I think what's happened is that the definition of the competitive landscape has shifted dramatically. So companies like Disney and Viacom and CBS and Comcast are now envisioning a new world order where competition is going to be against the likes of some of the companies that you mentioned, Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Google, etc. And all these companies, by the way, are spending astronomical amounts of money in content. And now this is all happening in a time that Netflix has disrupted significantly the media landscape. The traditional audience is migrating. There is now more emphasis on direct-to-consumer, which is really motivating a lot of the M&A deals that you spoke about earlier at the top of the segment.
It's fascinating. Lance, you cover the tech industry. I mean, they've so disrupted everything. To Tuna's point, the landscape, the media landscape has changed forever. When Netflix is spending $8 billion a year on original content, it's just absolutely remarkable. And they show no signs of slowing down.
No, none of them do. Netflix doesn't. Apple's getting into it. We've heard that Walmart is interested in it.
Well, yeah.
What they all understand is that the whole business is changing, right? Cord cutters is a real thing. People are sort of moving away from the bundle. They're going to a la carte. They're going to these services that are providing high-quality content, and they're getting it wherever they want. They're no longer discerning about, oh, I must see it on television. They'll watch it on any screen where they can get it. And so there's this flood of fresh content from all of these tech companies because they realized there was nothing special about the major media companies that allowed them to make these shows. I mean, Netflix obviously truly proved that. Hulu is proving that. YouTube is working at it. Apple, obviously, I think is this fall, we're going to see a lot more content from them. So it is. I feel the tension on the side of the media companies, and I see them all scrambling to try and figure it out because everybody who does it will spend billions of dollars, although I do have to question whether or not Walmart will spend billions of dollars to make high-quality content. But everyone knows that's the only way to win in this game.
Well, that really comes in competing with Amazon on every front. And Tuna, someone like Amazon is so big and has tentacles all around the world, getting into more and more different types of businesses. Are they getting too big? Is there an antitrust issue?
Well, I think that the short answer is that I don't see a near-term antitrust issue for Amazon. But obviously, that could depend on the nature of the moves that they make.
Because we're still getting low. It's not like the consumer is paying more for something, so you could make the argument that the consumer is hurting. They're trying to keep prices low.
That's a very good point, which kind of differentiates Amazon from some of the other consumer-sensitive M&A deals, especially cable or media space. But I think if you really think about how the company Amazon has evolved, I think they're really trying to attack and disrupt industries that have been so comfortable in old ways of doing things. So think about some of the recent acquisitions they've made, whether it's Whole Foods or PillPack And I think what's also remarkable is that all of this is happening as the company is investing organically in the U.S. and international markets. Part of the reason why we have a buy on Amazon, actually raised our 12-month target price today to $2,000 ahead of their earnings report next week, is because they have just demonstrated this uncanny ability to really be effective in that disruption, and now seems to be turning a corner in terms of generating sustainable profitability. The valuation, not, obviously raises some questions, but not as much as Netflix, for example. So I do believe that this is a company that's going to be around for a very, very long time, and it's going to continue to disrupt some major industries even yet to come.
I think you're right, Tuna. Lance, let me talk to you. You mentioned Walmart. I want to get into Walmart because what struck me is we just saw, subscriber growth for Netflix slowing down in the last earnings report. This is a very crowded field. What's the benefit for Walmart? And we hear it may be $8 a month or slightly under $8 a month for a streaming service when there are so many players in this field. What does Walmart get out of it?
I think it's about touch points. So I guess that if you think about sort of a company like Amazon that is constantly trying to complete the circle of consumer experience and be wherever a consumer is. Like they have Amazon Prime Day. One of the top selling items last year was the Echo Dot. By the way, the Echo Dot is where you can buy something. So now they've got more touch points where you can buy stuff. So Walmart looks at what Amazon's doing and it's 21st century retailing, and they're thinking, well, how do we do that? How do we make sure that the experience, the Walmart experience, goes way beyond the stores, that it is seen holistically, that it's seen in all different parts of your life, and potentially delivering content on the Vudu network that they bought. Maybe that's one way of doing it. But they are obviously starting way behind. But again, I have to emphasize that I do really think that it is all about the disruption that Amazon has created in the retail space that is making all of these companies rethink how they reach consumers and understanding that it's not just about selling products. It has to become an actual relationship.
That's a very good point, Tuna. I got 30 seconds. We've seen the Fox, Disney get together, AT&T, Time Warner. These mega mergers, I think, are going to be, more and more are going to come to meet the competition from these social media platforms that are really turning into giant media companies, right?
Yes, we do agree with that premise. The overall M&A sentiment remains largely positive, although we, just talking to some of the executives, we have a sense that there is a little bit of more caution now in the overall climate, not the least of which has to do with the Justice Department's decision to appeal the AT&T Time Warner merger, but also the Sinclair Tribune deal that's now hanging in the balance, been sent to the for a review, judicial review. So all in all, I think there's still a thirst for more deals with some caution, but economies of scale remain largely one of the major underlying drivers, we think, and will remain so for the next year.
Fantastic stuff. Lance and Tuna, very informative. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us today. Really appreciate it. Thank you.